Syria's state-run media says a U.S. attack on troops backing the Assad regime is a new effort to support terrorism. The Pentagon says American troops were just defending themselves. National security correspondent Jennifer Griffin tells us what happened and why. And some of the images in her report may be disturbing.
For more than 2 years, the Russians have protected the regime of Syrian President Bashar Assad, even amidst mounting evidence like this video released by a Syrian aid group today that the Syrian government continues to bomb its own people, pounding civilians in this suburb outside Damascus. Now there is rising concern following the defeat of ISIS that the Syrian civil war is turning into a proxy fight between the U.S. and Russia, putting the lives of 2,000 American troops on the ground in Syria at risk. Overnight in eastern Syria, the U.S. military responded with overwhelming force when Russian-backed fighters loyal to Assad began what the Pentagon calls an unprovoked attack that lasted for 3 hours beginning around midnight Thursday. Syria's state-run media accused the U.S. of aiding terrorists. Russia said it would raise the issue at the UN Security Council.
The U.S. was never invited to Syria. Who is the aggressor?
If we're attacked, we will defend ourselves.
500 Russian-backed fighters attacked an outpost used by U.S.-trained forces near Deir el-Zor, south of Raqqa, and near the oil fields that were until recently controlled by ISIS. The Euphrates River has become the demarcation line separating U.S.-backed fighters and Russian-backed Syrian forces.
The coalition observed a slow buildup of pro-regime forces over the past week.
20 to 30 tank, artillery, and mortar rounds landed just 5 football fields from U.S. troops. That's when American Special Operations forces on the ground called in a massive airstrike, killing 100 Syrian fighters.
Mattis pushed back on accusations the U.S. is getting sucked into a broader fight in Syria. He could not say whether pro-regime Russian or Iranian forces had been killed in the U.S. airstrike, Chris.
Jennifer, I understand in other action that there's been a major capture of ISIS militants in Syria tonight. What can you tell us?
That's right, Chris. U.S. officials tell us the last 2 British jihadists, known as the Beatles, were captured by Syrian Kurdish forces last month. These 4 Brits from London appeared in multiple ISIS propaganda videos beheading Western hostages, including American journalists James Foley and Stephen Sotloff. Quote, "The 2 are believed to have acted as guards and interpreters involved in ISIS' illegal captivity of Western hostages and are thought to have links to the British terrorists often called Jihadi John. They were called the Beatles because of their British accents. U.S. officials believe they were responsible for 27 beheadings. Biometric data and fingerprints have confirmed their identities. Perhaps a bit of relief tonight, Chris, for the Foley and Sotloff families, among others."
Well, that is good news, Jennifer. Thank you.